guys, welcome back. It is so good to see all of you here at your various respective places. I guess I'm not actually there, but I'm glad that you're here and talking to your friends and hanging out. Thanks for joining us this evening. Tonight I'm going to be talking to you about fear, specifically fear of the future. It's something that we all have in various different ways, and for me, it's really relatable. If you don't know, I am going to be a senior in college, which is crazy. And after college wraps up, I need to know what to do, right? Am I going to have a job? Where will I live? Will I make enough money? All of these things, and these questions lately have been really overwhelming. It's super relatable, and maybe for you, something that you're worried about in the future might be something going on at home or something that you saw in the news, something related to the civil unrest, maybe related to COVID-19, or even school and friendships. But regardless of who you are or what grade you are, in terms of the future, it can be really scary. In some way or another, we all feel fear of the future, and that fear steals our joy. Something that I love about the Psalms is that the Psalms really express in words what I feel. So if you don't mind, I'm going to flip to Psalm 55 and read 2, 4, and 5. David is calling out to the Lord, and he says, "Please listen and answer me, for I am overwhelmed by my troubles. My heart pounds in my chest. The terror of death assaults me. Fear and trembling overwhelm me, and I can't stop shaking." For me, that's super relatable when I get overwhelmed by question after question after question about what's going to happen in the future. Just feel like I can't breathe sometimes, or I just feel like this heavy weight is resting on my shoulders. But what I love about this is David doesn't stop there. Even though he uses words like overwhelmed, fear, trembling, and shaking, later on in the psalm he says in verse 16, "But I will call on the Lord, and the Lord will rescue me." So David is showing us that we don't have to sit in our fear. And even further, later on in the New Testament, Jesus specifically tells us what to do next. He says that he wants to carry our fear. So in Matthew 11, 28 through 30, Jesus says, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and my burden is light." I don't know what kind of fear you might be having or holding on to about the future, but Jesus is literally asking you right now to give it to him. And it can be hard. I know for me, I kind of hold on to my life with this super tight grip, and I just can't seem to let go. But Jesus is asking for us to give us those things that weigh us down. Have you ever felt super exhausted from carrying your worries? Feeling like you're responsible to figure out what happens next and it's all on you? I feel like that's me with college and life in general. And even though Jesus tells us to give us his worry or our worries to him, it's not always super easy for me to do, and maybe you're not convinced either. So let's flip to Romans 8 and see what Paul has to say. At the end of Romans 8, Paul says in verse 38, "And I am convinced that nothing can ever separate us from God's love. Neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither our fears for today," and get this, "nor our worries about tomorrow. Not even the powers of hell can separate us from God's love." Paul and Jesus are telling us something really big here. We can give up our worries because God is that big. The cross extends that far that our worries about tomorrow aren't on us to carry. There is no fear or worry on this planet that can keep you from the safety of God's love. God is that big. So what now? You're thinking, I have this worry and I just don't know what to do. I just want to charge you to pray about it. Flip to Matthew, flip to Romans, read about what God is calling out to you to do, and just let go of those worries. Go ahead and head to your small groups, and let's dig a little bit deeper.